Welcome back, everyone. My name's Felicia. I'm an IT director on the East Coast, and today we're going to be looking at my work from home setup. Like many of you, I made the transition to working from home in March of 2020, and we have yet to go back. Pretty early on, when I realized we wouldn't be going back anytime soon, I decided to build my ideal setup, and that's what you're going to see here today. This setup is a work in progress, and it will likely change slightly over time, but for the most part, I'm really happy with what I have here. Okay, let's get the small stuff out of the way first, since I know most of you really only want to hear about one particular part of this setup. We'll start with the desk. The desk is from IKEA. It's part of the Malm line. It's not too big. It has an additional table here on the side that slides out when you need more space and slides right back in when you don't. Another great feature about this desk is it has a built-in shelf underneath where you can store all your cables and extension cords. I've definitely taken advantage of this. I just kind of shove everything in there. Cable management is not my forte. I picked up this table for around $180, and I think that's really reasonably priced for what it is. The Pegboard is also from IKEA, along with this little task lamp you see here on the desk. I love the Pegboard, mostly because it allows me to store smaller items up off the desk, but still within reach, and it's also just visually appealing and really breaks up the monotony of this plain white wall. The chair is a Herman Miller-esque plastic molded chair. I don't remember where I got it from, but it's not very comfortable for sitting in over long periods of time. So I'm definitely gonna switch this out for something more comfortable in the future. If you guys have any recommendations for chairs, please do let me know. All of the wooden accessories on the desk, including the monitor stand here and the pen holder, are from Grovemade, as well as the felt desk mat. They're a really great company, and I highly recommend their products. The wireless charging pad is from Apple. It charges both my iPhone and my iWatch, which is great because I never remembered to charge my iWatch. The wireless mouse and trackpad are also from Apple. I have two because I prefer to use them for different things. Like I use the trackpad for Photoshop, and then I'll use the mouse for like more administrative tasks. I also always keep a notebook and my favorite Muji pens on my desk. I use this throughout the day to record any ideas that come to mind and also to keep track of my top 3 tasks for the day. The LED lights behind my desk are from Govee. I found these on Amazon. They're pretty cheap and they work really great. They come with this adhesive back so you can easily stick them wherever, and I've just put them along the back of the desk. I'm really glad it came with a dedicated remote rather than an app because the apps almost never work for me. They're impossible to configure with your Wi-Fi since most of them require a 2.4 gigahertz connection, but most modern routers in the US are putting out a 5 gigahertz connection, or they're at least prioritizing the 5 gigahertz connection. I have a mesh system that broadcasts both, but it's still a pain to even configure with that. Speaking of which, the light strip above my monitor is I think it's called LIFX beam. It's a really cool looking light, and it comes with a variety of pre-programmed color combinations that you can switch between using, you guessed it, an app. And let me tell you, this was such a pain to set up. It took me so long to get the app and the light connected over wireless, I almost gave up. But it finally did work, and I'm really glad that it did because it is such a cool looking feature in this room. Alright, on to the good stuff. The machine I'm using is a 15-inch Macbook Pro with a 2.6 GHz quad-core i7, 16 GB of RAM, and 500 GB hard drive. This is the 2016 model. This has been a really great machine. I've almost had no problems with it, with the exception of some key sticking with that butterfly keyboard. However, it does struggle now with editing videos and with video conferencing. The fan just sounds like it's going to take flight. Because of this, I'm really looking forward to upgrading to the M1 chip in the newer models, but I'm still undecided if I should purchase a current M1 or wait for the inevitable 16-inch MacBook Pro M1. We'll see. For my keyboard, I'm using the Drop Alt mechanical keyboard in black with speed silver linear switches and an RGB backlight. I really love this keyboard. The switches feel great, the color options are nice, and it's just really a crowd pleaser. Also, the switches are hot swappable, so you can easily swap them out with minimal effort. I also have a regular Apple Bluetooth keyboard here. I get a lot of questions about why I have 2 keyboards, but joke's on you because I actually have 3. But the reason I have the Apple keyboard is mainly for the sanity of my coworkers. While I love the sound of a mechanical keyboard, my coworkers do not. So if I'm on a conference call or a video chat and I need to take notes and I'm speaking, I'll just use the Apple keyboard to cause the least amount of disruption possible. Alright, here we go. This is the Apple Pro Display Xdr. This is without a doubt the most beautiful monitor I have ever seen. It is literally a piece of art. This is a 32-inch Retina 6K display with standard glass and up to 1600 nits of brightness. It also has an astonishing 1,000,000:1 contrast ratio, and you can see that in person. It is gorgeous. I mean, take everything you imagine about this monitor and then understand that it is like 100 times better than you think it is. The image quality is obviously amazing. Fonts are crisp and clear, colors are accurate, and it just provides you with an amazing viewing experience. At work, I have 2 Dell monitors that I use, and I thought I could never work without 2 monitors, but this display has proven to me that I just needed one right-sized monitor. 32 inches seems to be just right, and of course using split screen and the multiple virtual desktops on the Mac make it even easier to just use one display. On the back of this, you'll find 4 USB-C ports, which is great, especially for those of you who have a MacBook with just 2. Before I had a hub and I had to plug all my peripherals into that, but now I don't need that because I just plug everything into the back of the monitor, and then the monitor connects to my Mac with just one USB-C cable. Also, if you spring for the monitor stand, which I know is really expensive, but oh so beautiful, you have a really great way to hide all your cables since there is an opening in the back to thread them through, and also because the stand is wide enough to hide all of them. Another nice thing about the monitor is that you can turn it vertically, which is really great for programming, even though I know most people are not programming on this monitor. On top of the monitor, I have an LG 4K Magnetic Webcam, since this monitor does not have a built-in webcam. It works well enough, but honestly I try to stay off the camera in meetings because I find being on camera all day exhausting. Okay. So this is undoubtedly the most expensive piece of tech I own, but it was 100% worth it for me. I will keep this monitor until it dies, and I hope that is years and years and years from now. I really love this monitor, and when it does die, I will promptly buy another one because I love it that much. I hope I never have to upgrade it. It's just really beautiful to look at. I really enjoy sitting down and working on it. It makes work more enjoyable, and that's really important for me because I work constantly. I'm so tempted to remove everything from the desk except the computer, the monitor, the keyboard, and the mouse, and just use that. I think it would be such a beautiful, elegant setup. All right, that's it. That's my setup. So if you have any questions about anything you've seen or about something you thought I would mention that I didn't, please do let me know. I might do a separate video on just the monitor itself. If that's something you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments below. And of course, if you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more videos in the future, please hit that like and subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, thanks everyone. I will see you next week.